Welcome to ATA Calabar Sunday Special Package. Tonight's edition is one you can't afford to miss. On the lineup for tonight, we hope to bring you fascinating stories that will make you remain glued to your television set. First, President Muhammadu Buhari has exhibited what can be described as leadership by example. The President and his Vice, Professor Yemi Osinbajo, on Saturday received jabs of the COVID-19 vaccines in Abuja. Honesty, the seed pays, but this is not the case of a final year student of KB State University of Science and Technology. Sit back while we bring you the story. That mango and African star apple contain macro and micronutrients which provides nourishment for the body. A nutritionist has more to tell us. And for Christians, what is the best dress code you would consider pleasing to God? Stay with us as I guide you through the stories and more tonight. I am Achibombasi. Welcome. Determined to smoke out criminal elements from Cross River State, troops of the Nigerian Army 13th Brigade under the Cross River State Internal Security Outfit, codenamed Operation Apako, in its latest operations have arrested one suspected armed robber and a cultist. Correspondents report that the suspected robber is notorious for terrorizing residents of the 8 miles axis of Calabar municipality. The 24-year-old suspect arrested for armed robbery and cultism confers to be a member of the Black Scorpion Confraternity, a notorious cult group operating around the 8 miles axis of Calabar municipality. The alleged cultist says one Richard is the leader of the group.
And we didn't force to anybody to give us money. Then one man in my community came out to pick some bankers out from the community. Then we went there and collected him the money.
The other two suspects had been paraded, but their formal handing over for prosecution was delayed following the need to carry out further investigations by Operation Apako before handing them over to the State Police Command.
The next thing is to commence a discreet investigation.
While handing over the suspect on behalf of the Commander 13 Brigade, Brigadier General Mohammed Abdullahi, the Commander Operation Apako, Major Stanley Peme says the Nigerian Army will not relent in ensuring peace is restored in Cross River State. In Calabar, Achibombasi, NTA News. Away from that security report, the presidency, in response to media inquiries, says there was no side effect on President Muhammadu Buhari after COVID-19 vaccination. The presidency says the president felt normal and went about doing his job after he got his jab, dispelling fears and misconceptions about the safety of the vaccine administered on President Muhammadu Buhari and the Vice President, Professor Yemi Osinbajo. There is nothing of a side effect, serious or mild, on the president, the statement by Senior Special Assistant to the President on Media and Publicity, Calabar says. Some residents of Parliamentary Extension and motorists who frequently ply the road on that axis are appealing to government for swift intervention and prevent trucks from making U-turns at the Brooks Church Junction. These concerns residents say activities of these truck drivers have put the road in a deplorable condition, thereby impacting negatively on residents and other road users in spite of government's efforts to rehabilitate roads. Let's join Paul Abel for the report.
The Ayade-led administration has recently embarked on massive rehabilitation of roads in Calabar, giving residents a new lease of life. However, activities of some persons are fast becoming inimical to good intentions of government. One of such is the careless and probably destructive attitude of truck drivers. This placard-carrying group with various inscriptions are residents of the Parliamentary Extension Ikoransa, who have converged at the junction where trucks have converted as a U-turn axis to express their grievances. The residents and some road users who commended the state government for various ongoing road rehabilitation works in Calabar Metropolis say the act by the truck drivers is undermining the goodwill of the governor, adding that if the menace is allowed to continue, the devastating effect will be unbearable during the rainy season.
Long vehicles, articulated vehicles, loaded ones, empty ones, come all the way from the outskirts, from outside the town, to come and pick up fuel in a build-up area. So they have contributed so immensely to destroying this road.
This road, since you don't spoil my motor, well, I don't like it. So make government a beg, may you see something about this road.
This road is too bad. You can imagine what we pass through. This is dry season. Then you can imagine what we'll pass through during rainy season. And then you see trucks passing here on daily basis. We need a good road. They need to do something about it.
You see these trucks, we approach the drivers and plead with them. They say the company, we have made effort, but nothing has changed.
As you can see, the vehicles are moving. They dust every house. I stay just nearby. Every house here, you have to dust almost every day as a result of the dust that comes out from here. And then vehicles got to be trapped here most times when it is raining.
Then, what is the way forward?
The idea is that the government should be able to compel on the owner of the filling station here, Exetel Petroleum Limited, to either relocate its collection point if he has a deal with the owners of the long vehicle where he can go pick up his fuel, they can go pick up fuel, not come from outskirts.
What you see here now is just dust and stones. Immediately there is rain, it's going to wash all the dust away and only the stones will remain and the potholes will be deepened. So what we want is that the necessary government agency should come and fix this place for us so that we can drive freely.
The people are optimistic that government will do the needful to make life comfortable for the people. In Calabar, Paul Abel, NTA News.
We do hope that the relevant agencies will take a look at the situation on that road. Moving on, in view of the ongoing COVID-19 pandemic, the country market users decry the poor environmental sanitation around the major markets in Calabar Metropolis, despite payment of tariff and daily taxes as well as sanitation levy. Erika Ivy monitored the state of cleanliness with the Kaikakwa, Marian, and what markets.
Markets brings different people at one place, dealers on goods, foodstuff, and other services. Hence, the need to keep the market environment clean to avoid unhealthy condition has been emphasized. Respondents identify late evacuation of refuse as one of the key factors militating against good environmental condition around major markets in Calabar.
So when we pay the money, they cannot remove the quota. They use that money and eat. Still pay the money, even ticket money, where you still pay in the market also too.
They used to collect us sanitation money. So they should carry money, go and pay for sanitation so that they will come and remove the quota. They will collect us money, finish, but they will not remove the quota.
Very bad. It's affecting me so many. The odor is not even, it used to remove odor. It's used to smell, so we don't really like it.
Others complain of awful smell from the blocked gutters and stagnant waters.
It's very dirty. Then we need government to help us to make the environment clean. Our environment here is very, very dirty. The government do not take care of the market, and that's why they don't take care of the gutter.
Okay. My view is that It's very bad. So I'm pleading with government to do something about it because it's causing a lot of sickness for people because they perceive a lot of smell.
All this quota is not good for our health. When we perceive the odor, it's not good for our health. So we need the government to do something about it.
The government, if they can help us to clean the gutter so that the water will be able to flow.
A representative of Market Authority in charge of sanitation at Ikaika Okwa Marian Market, Mr. Joseph Eded, gave his reaction.
For now, we have task force in respect of that to be going round. If you're being caught throwing anything inside the gutter, they will apprehend you. Advise them to make use of the bin outside. If you have any issue of like kind of refuse, take it to the bin. That's what we've been telling them. We've gone as far as ringing bell around. Don't dump anything inside the gutter.
The people are appealing to government to provide a suitable place of business for them to enable them stop selling along the road and gutters at the markets. In Calabar, Erika Ivy, NTA News.
Cross River State government is not relaxing on its ask with the introduction of more factories in meeting its industrialization policy. The vegetable oil plant, Bekwara, is expected to be completed in few months to boost economic activities in the area of the state. Let's join Paulie Bell for the report.
Bekwara local government area in Cross River State is regarded as one of the largest producers of granules in the country, which serves as raw material for the vegetable oil plant. The plant, which is expected to produce 12,000 liters of oil per hour, will be automated and clinical in the production process to produce edible oil.
Producing natural vegetable oil from granules. So we have a system where the granule comes fresh from the farm. It goes through a drying process, deshelling process. It goes into a granulation process, frying, and from frying it goes through a pressing session. From pressing session it goes through a refinery. From refinery it goes into the bottling line. And there is a robotic component that does a systematic check on quality. The quality control systems is designed with a support laboratory that has a Fourier transform infrared spectroscopy that can determine all the specific ingredients, particularly the nutritive value of the composite nutrients of our granules.
The technical manager conducted Governor Ben Ayade around the facility, which currently employs more than 100 persons. When completed, thousands of persons will be employed, while economic activities will receive a boost. In Bekwara local government area of Cross River State, Paul Abel, NTA News.
You are watching news reaching you from the studios of NTA Calabar. You can watch this newscast on our YouTube channel at youtube.com/NTA Calabar. Let's go take some commercials. See you shortly.
Members of the public with any complaint concerning any of our programs should forward their complaints to the Nigerian Television Authority, Channel 9 Murtala Mohammed Iwi Calabar. Phone numbers 0906 198 3183, 0906 883 6550. Email address ntacalabar@nca.gov.ng or to the National Broadcasting Commission NBC, plus 32 Parliamentary Housing Estate, Second Gate behind Zanzibar Hotel, Calabar. Telephone number 0818-445-9924. Email address nbccalabar@yahoo.com. Signed, Management of the National Broadcasting Commission.
Good to have you back. Now to the rest of our reports. The fight for colored hair among Nigerians, irrespective of gender, age or creed, may have come to stay for fashionistas as who make statements with a strength. In this report, Udwaliton takes a look at the craze for the choice of hair colors in the name of what may be termed as modern day fashion.
The hair can be described as one of the most important and noticeable parts of one's special look. This is because it enhances one's personality and sets the tone for an entire appearance. Archaeological evidence suggests that humans may have used dye on their hair as far back as the Stone Age, and their preferred source was the reddish iron oxide, which they found in the dirt and used to adorn their skin, their beard, and their hair. The trend seems to be in vogue, which is now evidenced with hair coloring or dyeing observed in Nigeria like other climes. In Cross River State, like in other parts of the country, this craze is gaining acceptability among the young people. So why has this trend become so popular?
I'm a stylist, and so when I come out with this, I use it to confuse people, then I have more clients.
As a fair person, I just believe that my hair should be dark to match my complexion.
There is a variety of hair colors that are attractive depending on the taste of the individual, but some people in Calabar are crazing for different outstanding colors of wig and attachments.
I like colored hair, and I'm not good with plaiting my hair. It gives me so much heat.
I don't use shouty color because I'm just a modest person. I'm very simple and not really the color that is in trend, but I just love this.
My parents too don't allow us to do this kind of things in my house, and I don't want to look crazy. I want to look responsible.
As the trend blossoms, the Nigerian hair markets have continued to witness an increasing number of hair texture and colors, due obviously to the high patronage with various colors to make preferred choices while enhancing their look. In Calabar, Uduak Etam, NTA News.
So, what is your take on the trend? Let's move ahead. There is a popular adage that one is addressed the way he or she dresses. As such, it is pertinent for Christians to be guarded on their mode of dressing at all times. Odealeyo in this report brought the views of some clergy on the type of attires Christians are expected to wear.
Dress code generally is a set of rules specifying the gaps or types of clothing to be worn by a group of people under specific circumstances, including military, school, restaurant, business, official, or cultural group, which also serve as identity of a people. Some clergy say for the Christian whose way of life is expected to reflect that of Christ, it is unacceptable to dress in a seductive manner.
You should respect the sexuality of everybody, whether single or married. So you are not going to dress in any way to arouse people's emotion.
Please, take a good look at yourself, created in the image of God, and go ahead and dress to glorify God.
Decency in dressing matters. Let the child dress to the glory of God and man.
Others are of the opinion that Christians should always dress in accordance with the biblical principles.
Dress modestly. Whoever sees you knows that you are a Christian by your own dressing. Your own dressing can be a sermon itself to everybody that watches you.
A Christian should dress properly in line or in consonant with the word of God.
This is to clear the doubt for most people as to what is expected of them, either as Christians or non-Christians, since no one would like to be seen as underdressed or worse dressed when there are standard rules. In Calabar, Odealeyo, NTA News.
Biblical prophecy is as old as the creation of mankind on the earth. It dates back to the time after man began to interact with God, the supreme being. Prophecies of old had been foretold by God, and men and women used of God of a great event or the birth of a child and so on. But a trend of monetizing prophecies present day has become worldwide phenomena. What does Christian clerics and faithful have to say about this? Let's join Cecilia Julius for the report.
Prophecy, they say, is a critical aspect of the Christian faith and practice, which have over the years been a medium through which believers in the church have gained direction and instruction from God. However, in present day, prophecies have been monetized as well as consultations by some Christian clerics. Why is this so?
whoever is doing that or which organization that does it, they are doing it purely for their selfish interests, which has no biblical standing.
This is God's work. If the person is led to give you money or fine, there is no point asking people to register before they see you.
You can be appreciated if God uses you to prophesy, to reveal something, but you are not supposed to charge money. To charge money is to merchandise the word of God. You are now trading with God, and God can be very angry with you.
Despite the odds, should money be demanded at the point of consultation to see a man of God?
I think it's very wrong for them to be extorting money from them, and I think they should go through the word of God and then desist from what is not right.
What then is the way forward?
For those that maybe receive money, the Bible already says that by their fruit you shall know them. So once you see certain fruit that is not in line with what God expects of us, then please, Christians should stay off from such.
We must be sincere as men of God to tell people the truth, speak the word from the Bible. If God did not give you a prophecy for somebody, don't prophesy because you want material blessing.
Based on the above, Christians have been encouraged to search the scriptures to know the mind of God, as the word of God remains the more sure word of prophecy. In Calabar, Cecilia Julius, NTA News.
Thank you, Cecilia, for that report. Honesty, peace, is a popular belief in this part of the world. It is widely cherished and helps in shaping interactions among people globally. Same, however, cannot be said about a 400-level students of Kebbi State University of Science and Technology, Aleru, Sherifuddin Saleh Akanya, who paid a supreme price for being honest. Sherifuddin was allegedly beaten to death for his honesty on account of 3,500 naira. Abdullahi Umar Ilalu tells us more.
Sherifuddin Saleh Kanya, a 22-year-old 400-level biochemistry student of Kebbi State University of Science and Technology, Aliru, was allegedly beaten to death by a community mob over 3,500 naira. The incident happened outside the school campus in Aliru town on Saturday, 27 February 2021. Details of the incident are still sketchy, but according to information gathered from an eyewitness, Sherifuddin reportedly bought a phone and paid through mobile transfer to the owner. The deceased student received a debit alert and left for school. But when he arrived at the campus, he realized that the transaction was reversed and later decided to go back and resend the money to the phone seller. However, immediately the phone seller saw the student, he raised the alarm and accused him of theft. The alarm alerted people in the area, who descended on the student and beat him to coma. Sherifuddin was later rushed to the General Hospital Aliru, but was confirmed dead shortly after he was admitted. When the news broke out, the students of the university went on rampage and blocked the Aliru Sokoto Road as protest to the inhuman treatment to their colleague.
You can imagine killing a student for the cost of 3,500 naira. A student who took himself, he did transfer, the transfer bounced back to him. He took himself to the place and wanted to give them the money, and they shouted thief, and he was beaten to stupor and is now dead. Even
hold on, let him continue. Talk. It's okay.
See how painful it is to lose a fellow colleague, somebody that has labored from his 100 level to his 400 level, a 400 level, a final year student, and he's just 2 exams remaining for him. One exam remaining for him to be a graduate. Somebody just from somewhere come because of 3,500 naira in Aleru, they took his life.
In a swift reaction, the school management closed the school indefinitely to avert escalation of the violence. Reacting on the unfortunate incident, the National Union of Kebbi State Students called on the security agencies to ensure justice to Sherifuddin.
About the issue of that incident happened in Aleru, Kesusta,
we are trying to get the justice for Muhammad Sharifuddin.
Our several efforts to get police side of the story proved abortive.
That is a very sad one there. May his soul rest in peace. And with that, report wraps up our package for tonight. Do stay safe.